जी, अस्सलाम वालेकुम डियर स्टूडेंट्स, कैसे हैं आप? ठीक हैं, मैं उम्मीद करता हूं कि आप खैरियत से होंगे। टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू शेयर विद यू वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक्स ऑफ पार्ट 3 which is also known as discussion part, and these topics I can assure you are very important. The first one is that of the leadership, and second one is the what is the suitable age for marriage, and also which things are necessary for a good relationship. And the third one is, let me see, as I'm very oblivious and most often I forget the things very soon. I apologize in advance. And our third topic is, let me see that please. Okay, so yes, interesting conversation or interesting speech with someone. And I think that they are so useful and so helpful for all of you, dear students. तो आइए हम अपने पहले टॉपिक की तरफ आते हैं। तो पहले टॉपिक में हमारा पहला क्वेश्चन है, व्हाट आर द मेन क्वालिटीज ऑफ बीइंग अ गुड लीडर? आई थिंक a good leader is one who is man of character. He knows the problems of his followers. He leads them from the front. He never gives in. He never lets his followers down. He is a good orator. He himself sets an example for his followers to follow. So he uses the language and the vocabulary which really appeals to his followers, and he has charismatic personality. And it is the leaders who have thousands of, hundreds of, thousands of, and millions of their followers who are ready to lay down their lives for their leader. How do you see a leader now and in the future? I don't think so that there would be much difference between the qualities of a good leader now and the qualities of a good leader in future. As I already told you, a good leader is one who has greater command at his subject. He is diplomatic also. He knows how to, he knows so many tactics to deal with the situation. He never gives in. He remains firm. He remains firm like a pillar, even when the things around him are oscillating, but he never lets in. And in the future, if at all you talk about the difference between a leader now and the leader in the future, a leader may have or may need more knowledge of the things around him, because the future is even era of greater scientific inventions and more scientific invention than that of today. Because in this age of globalization, and even in this postmodernism, in the future I expect the leaders must be more aware of the coming things, more aware of the changes taking place in different parts of the world, in different fields of life, such as that of politics, science, history, and also archaeology, anthropology, and so forth and so forth. So do you think there will be changes? As I already told you, there will be a few changes in the future in terms of future leaders. In the future leaders, people may select those people who are far educated, who are well versed in all branches of knowledge, who have uh, good speaking power, who can defend their followers, who can lead them from the front, and who must have the knowledge of fast changing world. तो ये कुछ चीज़ें हैं, क्योंकि ये क्वेश्चन बड़े टेक्निकल थे जिसमें उसने पूछा था कि आज के लीडर्स और फ्यूचर के जो लीडर्स हैं उनमें क्या फ़र्क होगा। तो आई सेड दैट कि फ्यूचर के जो लीडर्स हैं उन्हें हालात वो हालात से ज़्यादा अच्छी तरह आगाह होंगे, क्योंकि जो वक्त के साथ जो हालात दुनिया के अंदर तेज़ी से यानी बदल रहे हैं, तो उसमें सिर्फ वही लोग सरवाइव करेंगे, वही लीडर सरवाइव करेंगे जो कि अपनी आवाम की तवक्कुआत पे पूरा उतरेंगे। ओके, हाउ डज लीडरशिप apply to children at school? As we know, children are innocent, but even in the children's realm, यानी उनकी जो सल्तनत है, we find that they also have the leaders and their followers. And sometimes the schools also arrange kind of programs in which some students may play the role of some leaders and others may be the play the role of the subordinates or maybe the followers. So I think this all also goes on, this leadership also applies at the school level. तो ये कुछ क्वेश्चंस थे जो लीडरशिप के हवाले से थे। आइए हम अपने नेक्स्ट टॉपिक की तरफ जाते हैं, जिसमें मैंने आपको पहले भी बताया था कि ये टॉपिक है इंटरेस्टिंग स्पीच या इंटरेस्टिंग कन्वर्सेशन के हवाले से। Why do people feel nervous when they are giving a speech to others? People feel nervous when they speak to others or when they are delivering a speech to others because they haven't got the practice of it. So sometimes they feel that whatever they are speaking, whatever they are delivering in their lectures, they may be making some mistakes, and they feel that the people in the audience may be more qualified than those speakers, and these are a few things that make the people feel nervous. And as I mentioned earlier, above all, it is lack of practice of speaking before the public, क्योंकि उन्होंने इससे पहले लोगों के सामने बड़ी तादाद में बोला नहीं होता, इसलिए वो नर्वस फील करते हैं अपने आप को, और वो ये भी फील करते हैं कि वट एवर दे आर डिलीवरिंग, वट एवर दे आर सेइंग, मे बी मेकिंग सम मिस्टेक्स इन इट। और ये भी है कि जो ऑडियंस हैं, दे मे हैव मोर नॉलेज ऑफ द थिंग, मोर नॉलेज ऑफ द सब्जेक्ट दोज द स्पीकर्स आर डिलीवरिंग। तो ये चीज़ें आम तौर पर लोगों को नर्वस कर देती हैं जब वो स्पीच कर रहे होते हैं। ओके, हाउ कैन पीपल improve their public speaking skills? I think practice is one of the most important things. The more they practice, the more confident they would be. If they make more and more practice of speaking at public, so it will really help them improve their public speaking skill. And secondly, they must have greater knowledge of the subject on which they are going to deliver a speech. And thirdly, they must practice of speaking loud, because most often they may be practicing something in a low voice, but when they have to speak loudly, so as they haven't got its practice, they haven't made the practice of it, so they mostly feel shy of it and they mostly fail to speak properly. Can you suggest any methods that would help reduce nervousness? Again, I would say it is the practice that would help people to reduce their nervousness. And second thing is that they must know that they are showing their maximum. And secondly, they should know that they should consider that the listeners also have the same level of knowledge as they have. So I think by doing these things, they can get rid of. But before that, before showing their performance in the public, when they make the speech in the real sense of the word, or in a real way, or in a practical way, before that they should make a lot of practice of it. And I hope that this practice will help them get rid of that nervousness, or at least it will reduce their nervousness. Is it good for people to visit schools and give a talk to children about different things? Indeed, it is much better for the people to visit schools and give a speech to children about different things. As children are at the stage of learning, they are quick learners, and also to them, the world, every new thing in their world is a new thing. So when people visit the school, they must deliver lectures. They must advise the children about the importance of studies, about the importance of honesty, about the importance of different social and above all moral values. Okay. What type of person is best suited to give a talk to a group of students? वो कहता है कि कौन सा ऐसा बंदा है आपके ख्याल में जो कि एक ग्रुप ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स को अच्छी तरह बातचीत कर सकता है, अच्छी तरह उन्हें अपनी यानी बात को कन्वे कर सकता है. आई थिंक if that the person should have a ability to grab the attention of the children. He must understand the psyche of the children, group of students. Sorry, चूंकि मैं बात कर रहा था group of students की, तो he must know the psyche of group of students. He must speak according to their level, their mental ability, their mental capability, and he must use he must make his speech interesting by using uh, humorous things, and he should try to be make his sense of humor should also be high, because this is how he will spellbound the children with his speech, with his rhetoric. Is it hard to strike up a conversation with a stranger? Yes, in most cases it is, because you don't know the nature of the stranger, you don't know the psyche of the stranger. So most often it is hard to strike up a conversation, and especially a successful conversation with a stranger. Yes, if you meet him, if you spend time, if you spend a bit more time with the stranger, it may be possible for you to have a very useful conversation, and especially the conversation in a very pleasant mood, in a pleasant environment. क्योंकि एक अजनबी के साथ हम इतनी आसानी से गुफ्तगू नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि उसके लिए हमें पता है उसकी साइकी का, उसकी नेचर का, ये सारी चीज़ों का पता होना हमारे लिए ज़रूरी है. तो आइए मैं अभी अपने अगले टॉपिक की तरफ चलता हूँ. तो जी, मैं थोड़ा सा कैमरा ठीक कर लूँ अपना. हाँ जी. सो लव एंड मैरिज और मैरिज एंड लव बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग टॉपिक है हमारा. जो और ये देखा है आपने कि ये ऐसे टेक्निकल क्वेश्चंस होते हैं पार्ट 3 के अंदर, जिनके बारे में हमें एकदम से हमारे जहन में चीज़ें नहीं होती, हम एकदम से उनके लिए तैयार नहीं होते. तो इनको डिस्कस करना मैं समझता हूँ बहुत ज़रूरी है. इससे आपको बहुत ज़्यादा हेल्प मिलेगी. अगर आप इनकी पहले प्रैक्टिस करेंगे तो आगे चल के ये आपके लिए और ज़्यादा आसान हो जाते हैं. If you are 35 years old, if you are 45 years old without marriage, do you still waiting for your true love? Of course. If I am 45, if I would say that if I am 65 or if I am 60 years old, even then I would be waiting for my true love. Because without wasting your life with a partner who you don't love, who you don't have understanding with, I think it is better to wait for him or her, even if you are 50 years old, if you are 60 years old, even more than that, I would say, because there is no second to true love. Because the true love is one who 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 know you better, who understands your psyche well, who understand. So I would say that he hits you or she hits you where it appeals you the most. So मैं समझता हूँ कि वो कहता है ना कि अगर आप 35 40 या 45 साल के हो जाएंगे फिर भी आप ट्रू लव के लिए वेट करेंगे तो आई वुड वेट फॉर इट, आई वुड से ओके मे बी I may marry due to the social pressure, family pressures, and so forth and so forth at the early stage of my life. In some cases, it does happen, but I would say that I would wait for it no matter how long I have to go for it. So next question है जी कि who will pay for the wedding cost, man or woman or both? I think we know that wedding costs a lot in almost in all societies of the world. In some weddings, we find in some societies that the couple have to spend bulk of money, a lot of money. In some cases, they even spend extravagantly and even they spend lavishly. यानी वो बड़ी फिजूल खर्ची भी करते हैं. But my opinion is, if both are, I think both should spend, both should bear the wedding expenses. But I think if either of them is rich and the other one is poor, I think the one who is well off, he or she must pay for the wedding. But if both are equal, I think then they should distribute it because ultimately it is the couple who will who will spend their rest of the life together. So I think it is basically it depends upon the circumstances that who is going to pay for the wedding cost. What is the best age to get married? I think the best marriage age to get married is when both boy and girl are settle enough and then they feel that they will be able to accommodate themselves well. I think that is the right, and also when they are mentally and physically and mentally uh, when they feel that they mentally and physically mature enough, I think then they may get married. So I don't think so that there is some specific age for it. It basically it depends upon the circumstances. It depends upon the area or society they live in. Do you think weddings in your countries waste lots of money? Indeed. In our country, people spend a lot of money on their weddings. They spend lavishly, extravagantly. They are no longer thrifty. यानी वो फायद शार नहीं होते, फजूल खर्ची करते हैं. The marriage ceremonies continues for days and even some cases for weeks. And they waste a lot of money on firework and also on, I would say that, scores of foods they cook and they serve on the wedding ceremonies. And for me, and we also see a lot of they waste away a lot of foods and they waste away a lot of money also. Why use lots of money for weddings? क्यों weddings के लिए क्यों पैसा? Actually, they feel that that is a unique event in a couple's life, in a person's life. So they feel that they will not marry the second time. So that is why they spend extravagantly on wedding ceremonies. And also sometimes they show off their money uh, during such functions, during such occasions like the wedding, like the parties, and so forth and so forth. In a traditional family in your country, what male do in the family and what about female? In the traditional families, mostly we know that the ladies or the females are the housewives, whereas the males are those who work in the fields, who run the businesses, who do jobs in the offices. Whereas the ladies or the women, they mostly bring up the children, they also do the domestic chores, and they also look after the family members also. Do you think man should take care of baby? Of course, as we know that man and woman are the two cards. If I speak metaphorically, man and woman are the two cards, two wheels of a cart of society. So both will play. When both play remarkable role, only then this cart will run smoothly. If one of the wheels is defected or won't play its part, I would say that this cart will not run smoothly or properly. So I think they should divide this responsibility. Though in the traditional families we observe, mostly it is the women who look after the babies, who bring up the babies, who take care of the babies. But I think it should be the responsibility of both the persons in a couple, both the members of the family. I mean, man and woman. Do you think man should do housework? Of course. I think man and woman both can do the homework. So it depends upon the circumstances they are in. If man is doing business, and if he is doing some job, and the woman is doing nothing, then the woman will more preferably would do the housework. In the like manner, if the woman is a working lady and the man is doing nothing, I think he should do the housework. So housework is not typically related to any either of the sexes, यानी वो दोनों में से किसी एक के साथ ही नहीं जुड़ा हुआ। तो ये कुछ क्वेश्चंस थे जो मैंने ज़रूरी समझा आपके साथ शेयर करूँ। ये बड़े टेक्निकल भी थी, मैंने कोशिश की कि अपने तई आपके साथ इनको शेयर करूँ। तो मैं उम्मीद करता हूँ कि किसी हद तक आपको कुछ समझ आई होगी जो मैंने आज पढ़ाया है आपको। तो आपसे अगेन मेरी रिक्वेस्ट है एज़ यूजुअल कि मेरे चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कीजिएगा, लाइक कीजिएगा और वीडियो को शेयर कीजिएगा और बेल आइकन को प्रेस कर दीजिएगा ताकि आपको नई आने वाली मेरी वीडियोस मिल सकें। बहुत शुक्रिया, अपना ख्याल रखिएगा। अल्लाह हाफिज़।